Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to be exploring a force that literally dictates every single aspect of your life. We're talking about the profound power of tiny choices and those daily systems we all build.
Have you ever just stopped, looked at your life, and quietly asked yourself, why am I not where I thought I'd be by now?
Well, the answer to that question, it is not because you're lazy.
And it's definitely not because you aren't smart enough or talented enough. I really need you to believe that.
It's because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You've probably promised yourself you'd build better habits, right? But then weeks turn into years and nothing really changes. So why does that happen?
Section 1. The illusion of motivation and why we stay stuck.
See, most of us rely heavily on motivation. But honestly, motivation is a total trap. It's just an emotion, and like any emotion, it comes and goes daily. Some days you wake up and you feel absolutely unstoppable. But other days, you barely even want to get out of bed. Because of that, it just cannot possibly be the foundation for lasting change.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how it comes down to goals versus systems. Two completely different people can have the exact same goal. One succeeds, the other fails. Why is that? It's because goals don't actually determine your future. Daily systems do. You don't become what you want. You become what you repeatedly do.
Section 2. The Identity Vote. Becoming what you do. Author James Clear actually explains this beautifully in his book, Atomic Habits. He says, every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. Think about that for a second. You aren't just doing random tasks. You are literally voting your future self into existence, one single action at a time.
So every time you choose reading instead of scrolling on your phone, you cast a positive vote. Every time you save instead of impulsive spending, that's a vote. Every time you simply keep a promise to yourself, you're casting another vote. And eventually, all those tiny, seemingly insignificant little votes, they compound. They build up into your actual, undeniable identity.
Section 3. The weight of broken promises.
We all know the lies we tell ourselves. I'll start tomorrow. I'll wake up earlier. I'll stop wasting time. I'll save money. I'll finally work on my goals. And then, tomorrow comes and nothing changes. But here's the catch. Every single broken promise is still a vote. It's just a vote for a less disciplined, less confident version of yourself. At first, putting things off seems totally harmless, right? But over time, those broken promises become evidence, hard evidence. Your brain starts telling you, well, maybe I'm just not that person. You slowly stop trusting yourself. And that right there is exactly where deep self-doubt begins to take root. But let's take a breath here and ask a really important question. What if that story isn't true? What if you aren't fundamentally flawed at all? What if you've simply been repeating habits that are just leading you in the wrong direction?
Section 4. The 1% rule.
Most people are just waiting around for this magical, life-changing moment of rare inspiration. But highly successful people understand a very different truth. Small actions, repeated consistently, will completely crush those rare moments of inspiration every single time. A single workout isn't going to change your body. Reading a single book won't magically change your life. But if you repeat those actions over months, over years, the results become, well, mathematically impossible to ignore. And this brilliantly illustrates the 1% rule. Improving by just 1% every single day is an immensely powerful force. It completely removes that paralyzing pressure of feeling like you have to change absolutely everything all at once, and it grounds you firmly in the reality of what you can do today. I want you to imagine two versions of yourself, starting right now. Version A continues doing exactly what they're doing today, the exact same habits, the same excuses, the same daily routines. Now, look at version B. Version B improves by just 1% every day to learn, save, and grow. At first, the difference between these two versions is practically invisible. But imagine these paths diverging over 5 years. Those two lives look entirely different. One version is standing there wondering where all the time went. The other, they're living the incredible results of those small, daily choices. Section 5. Building your future self today. So here's the real secret to success. It is rarely about pure intelligence. It's rarely about natural talent. And honestly, it's almost never about luck. It's really about becoming the kind of person who can finally trust themselves. It's about following through. It's about keeping those quiet little promises you make to yourself, even when absolutely nobody is watching. Because every single habit is shaping your future self. Every decision matters. Every day counts. The person you become tomorrow is actively, undeniably being built by the choices you repeat today. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one vital question.
What is one small habit you've been avoiding that could completely change your life if you started today? Seriously, take a moment and really think about it. Because 5 years from now, you're either going to be incredibly grateful you started or you'll deeply wish you had.